Introduction to NDE, Module 1 Overview, Gary A. Pace, PE, CWI, Katy, Texas. We're going to talk about non-destructive testing in this course. This first module, we're just going to take a little quick overview of it and kind of get an understanding of what we're talking about. So, non-destructive tests, pretty much what the name says it is. We're going to test things for cracks, discontinuities, or other flaws without damaging the part. So where we see this in everyday life would be an X-ray or use an ultrasound to check out a baby inside of a woman to see it's got all its toes and it doesn't have like claws or wings or spawn of the devil or whatever, right? You can see these things in everyday life. The general idea is we're using a testing medium to find information about something and without destroying that part. So that's what we're talking about with non-destructive testing. So the main testing methods that we're going to talk about, and I'm a welding guy, so we're probably going to skew in that direction a little heavier. So the main methods that we're going to talk about are used to locate holes, cracks, breaks, other flaws or discontinuities in materials or other articles. So the ones we're going to look at are liquid penetrant testing, mag particle testing, radiographic testing, eddy current testing, ultrasonic testing, and not listed here is visual testing. We're also going to touch base on that one. For the 5 methods other than visual that we talked about, I pulled this out of a military manual, and you can see they're explaining the non-destructive test methods, and we've got a definition of what it is, uses, and then the limitations. All of these have limitations, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. The 5 processes, liquid penetrant testing. It uses a penetrating liquid to seep into a surface discontinuity, thus providing visible indication. Okay, so you can use it on metal, glass, ceramics, other discontinuities. It's simple. We don't need a lot of equipment. And the limitations. We can't find anything beneath the surface. These non-destructive testing processes have their strengths and their weaknesses, when they can be used and when they can't be used, and what kind of flaws that they can find. No one of these is perfect for every situation. I'm trying to get across here as we go through this course. With destructive and non-destructive tests, as I said, non-destructive tests are essential to supplement destructive tests. In welding, a lot of times, we'd use a non-destructive test, to find a flaw in a weld or some other material. That's because we can't be out there testing welds and destructively testing them. So we'll use non-destructive testing to help us out. But destructive tests, we're going to bend something, break it, twist it, and destroy it, and just wreck its usefulness for service to see what mechanical properties or chemical properties or whatever material properties that test sample has. Well, if we want to put something into service, we can't destroy it and then expect it to work well. Since these tests destroy the article, we try not to use destructive testing unless we have to. Generally, we only do destructive testing a little bit, especially in welding. We'll do destructive testing right off the bat when we qualify a procedure. But once something gets put into production, especially if it's a bridge or a structure, we don't generally cut out welds and destroy them to see if it's a good weld. We'll use non-destructive testing for that. So with non-destructive tests, we're going to go in there and look at things. The key is we don't want to alter or change the physical makeup or properties or qualities of that component or structure. We're just looking at it and saying, yeah, this is good. We don't want to go in there and wreck the bridge just to see that, yeah, we built a good bridge. Kind of defeats the purpose and gets costly. When we do non-destructive testing, we can inspect something without damaging the physical structure or how that component is going to function in the grander scheme of things. This is why we do non-destructive testing. In the medical field, if we want to look at somebody's heart or kidneys or something, we might use ultrasonic testing to go in there. We don't have to get a scalpel and sedate the patient and go digging around with a knife and some pliers or whatever instruments surgeons use. Yeah, your kidneys are shot. Well, yeah, we've destroyed it in the process, but it was messed up anyways. No, we use a non-invasive procedure to gather data that we can utilize to make decisions on whether we're going to fix a weld or whether we need to go in and fix a kidney or replace it or whatever. So that's the idea behind non-destructive testing, is looking at something, gathering data without destroying it. this is when non-destructive tests supplement destructive tests and give further assurances that all articles meet our quality standards. That's what we're looking for.